For this Christmas, I bring you to a DeBartolo original, the Indian River Mall, down by Vero Beach, Florida. In typical DeBartolo fashion, it is quite a big mall, but it is a lovely mall at the same time, even if its offerings have diminished over the years. Let's take a look and see what's happening. Alright, when I arrived, this mall just unlocked the doors for opening hour. This means that the Garden Grove food court doesn't have any people. Let's have a quick look there before touring the rest of the mall, shall we? Indian River Mall was a bit late to the party, being built and opened by Eddie DeBartolo in 1996. But with original anchors JCPenney, Sears, Dillard's, and Burdeen's, it was sure to bring middle-class shopping to the Florida men and women of Vero Beach. Add on a food court and a slightly small 24-screen cinema, and this was sure to be a destination for shopping, dining, and entertainment. The mall had a theme all of its own that is said to be inspired by the arts and crafts era of the nearby Indian River Plantation House. With wood ceilings, extensive overhangs, clerestory windows, and a relatively reserved color scheme, it had no problems being showy without looking tacky. The mall even features 4 fountains. Yes, 4. We already saw 2 in the food court featuring a group of manatee statues coming out of one of them. At the time, it made sense for the mall's existence, with a decently sized population in the area and its nearest competition being over half an hour south and north. While Vero Beach itself hosted only 15,000 people, with a peak of 17,705 in 2000, there was still a decent population density for the surrounding area, with numbers reaching into the 100,000 range. Indian River Mall even helped establish a retail corridor going east. However, it would face direct competition in the mid to late 90s with the arrival of the Vero Beach outlets. And on top of this, the Vero Beach Miracle Mile, not to be confused with the Miracle Mile near Miami, was already established before the mall, and you also had the Majestic Plaza strips south of Vero Beach, as well as the revitalization of downtown. Despite this, however, it appeared that Indian River Mall was coexisting with everything around. For now, at least. The 2000s would come and go, with Macy's moving in to absorb the Burdeen's nameplate. However, a particular event of note would occur in 2007, when a shopper ended up finding $5,200 inside a pair of shoes purchased in his shopping spree. What a steal. Although I doubt the customer kept it, as they did report the finding. However, by the late 2000s, the mall's fortunes began to sour as Gap, Disney Store, and RJ Gators shut their doors in 2008 amid the recession. Towards the close of 2014, Simon, whom owned the mall after a merger with DeBartolo's firm, entered foreclosure on the Indian River Mall with $71 million in debt. And in 2015, the mall would be sold to the bank alongside the nearby plaza for the low price of $100. Great, another $100 mall that people will make crappy, unoriginal, unfunny jokes about. In 2017, a familiar name would purchase the mall for $12 million. This would be Kohan Retail. Seriously, man, how many did you buy? Shortly after, October 2019 would herald the closure of Sears, which was one of the lucky few to get a facelift during the world's slowest liquidation sale. In 2020, Macy's would shut its doors for the last time, a month earlier than expected thanks to you-know-what. While the mall did make it through the other side, more tenants continued to close. Enter today, and the mall is still hanging in there, but the vacancy rot continues to grow, and there's no telling how long before Dillard's downgrades to a clearance center or just closes altogether. And it's the same story for JCPenney, minus the clearance center part. As of the making of this video, however, AMC does continue to operate the 24-screen cinema. I do have to wonder though, what plan does this mall have going forward to remain viable? Does it have a plan? Poll your residents and see what they want. It's a shame to see the mall losing tenants. It's an overall nice mall to be in. Plenty of fountains to sit down and relax by, large open ceilings that make you feel small, a reserved color scheme that makes the mall appear neutral without appearing bland. Florida malls are just built different, man. But it's likely going to take a miracle in Vero Beach to revitalize this mall. Ah well, one can dream. Although some days it feels like I'm the only one that does dream in this field. Now, as we begin to head out, as we dig further into Florida malls, I was thinking about sharing some headlines of various Florida man stories along the way. Now, mall-specific Florida man stories are few and far between, and a few of them are more tragic than funny. But if I expand the search to local regions, we find a lot of weird stuff. For example, the following articles take place reportedly in Vero Beach. Florida man does donuts on scooter, chases woman. Florida man caught stealing beer, says he was just exchanging for cold ones. And my personal favorite, Florida man shoots up meth, howls and stomps on roofs, and tells cops he's waiting for the DEA. As a side note, don't do meth. Thanks for having me, Vero Beach, Florida. And until next time, this is Doomie Grunt wishing you and the Indian River Mall farewell, and hope you have a good Christmas.
Bye.